sounding the alarm. The F&M chairman doubles down on his claims of a medication shortage within the public healthcare system. Plus, committed to protect and serve. The newest corporals of the police force given a charge to carry out their duties with integrity. And then a grand celebration in Grand Bahama to welcome home the 2024 WNBA MVP, Jonquel Jones. These stories and more as Our News Weekend starts now. This is Our News Weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Megan Shepard. Free National Movement Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands is again sounding the alarm amid what he claims is a shortage of medication within the public healthcare system. It comes weeks after the Consultant Physician Staff Association revealed doctors are left to spend their own money to supply some pediatric patients with medication at the Princess Margaret Hospital. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville shot down the claim, saying there is no serious issue, adding there isn't a cause for concern. However, Dr. Sands is saying otherwise.
The issue is that the PHA, and by extension the Ministry of Health, and by extension the Public Treasury, has not been paying its bills. And therefore, they are in short supply of many, many items. And so while the minister may want to try and pretty this up and give people this perception that, oh, this is an international problem, this is not an international problem.
Sands questioned when the modern law units at the Princess Margaret Hospital and on Grand Bahama will be opened. The former health minister also questioned when the medication will be restocked.
The ordinary patient will either have to buy it privately, or we got to figure out a different way of managing their issue.
For years, residents and visitors alike have asked, when will U.S. pre-clearance return to Grand Bahama? This question has lingered since the devastation of Hurricane Dorian, which left Grand Bahama's main airport heavily damaged and ended decades of pre-clearance benefits. During a recent visit to the island, U.S. Charge d'Affaires Kimberly Furnish was asked about the future of pre-clearance. While there were no substantial updates, here's what she had to say.
Had a great time talking to U.S. businesses here. There's so much great energy in Grand Bahama and Freeport and so many wonderful things going on. We're always in discussions about pre-clearance returning to Grand Bahama. It'd be really nice to see a big resurgence of Bahamians coming here and investing in Grand Bahama as well. That could only help. We love the idea of a new airport. Those things could all help and be wonderful things for Grand Bahamas and business owners here and U.S. business owners. So, there's never an end to a story. We're always in discussions.
As for whether those discussions are strong,
it's still ongoing. The demand is not here right now. So we need the help of the Bahamas to help build up that demand. And I think then we'd have a better argument.
Well, nearly 100 young men and women earning their place amongst the ranks of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, officially joining as police constables. The A, B, and C squads of 2024 graduated in a ceremony yesterday, celebrating their dedication and commitment to serve and protect. Our Delvardo Emmanuel was there for the occasion.
A moment of pride, honor, and celebration as the future of the Royal Bahamas Police Force took center stage on Friday afternoon under the theme, The New Chapter, Ready to Embark as We Leave Our Mark. Nearly 100 new police constables received their badges at the Police Training College. The graduation ceremony signified the culmination of 6 months of intense training, testing these young officers' physical and mental resilience. Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernandez gave the resounding charge to the new graduates, reminding them of the sacred duty they now carry. He emphasized the importance of upholding integrity no matter the situation. The commissioner telling the graduates to use the mistake of those officers who found themselves on the wrong side of the law as a learning lesson to avoid pitfalls that may embarrass them, the organization, and their family. Minister of National Security Wayne Munro also addressed the graduating class, praising them for their perseverance while urging them to embody the highest standards of policing.
This training not only equipped you with practical skills that should have also instilled in you a deep sense of duty and responsibility. As you prepare to serve, remember to always uphold the values enshrined in the motto of this great institution: courage, integrity, and loyalty. These principles are not just words. They're the very essence of what it means to be a police officer.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Delvardo Emmanuel.
Cybertech Bahamas, a part of Dragon Tech International, hosting a cybersecurity summit aimed at connecting cybersecurity specialists with non-technical minded individuals. With an ever-changing global digital landscape, the threat of cyber attacks and its consequences continue to grow. Founder and CEO of Dragon Tech shares just where the Bahamas lands in cybersecurity. Founder and CEO of Dragon Tech, Ken Wong, a part of a panelist of cybersecurity specialists, sharing best practices when it comes to averting the ever-changing threats of cyber attacks. Wong has offices in multi-countries across the world and shares where the Bahamas ranks when it comes to international cybersecurity standards.
If I was to compare across the Caribbean between Bahamas, St. Martin, and Jamaica, the Bahamas is there, but compared to the world, it's not. And that's the concern, because the world is growing so fast on cybersecurity standards that the whole world has to stay in line. And if we don't, the hackers are always going to go to the lower common denominator and affect our businesses here on island.
When most people hear about the Bahamas, there's a likely chance they think of sun, sand, sea, and a slow-paced island life. When asked if Bahamians take this relaxed attitude into the cybersecurity realm, Chief Information Security Officer of Central Bank Bahamas, Luther Smith, had this to say.
We were lax, but I think that culture is changing a bit, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that we are realizing and appreciating that our environment is becoming increasingly digitized as the government sectors and private sectors look to increasingly modernize their environments, and all that's translating into is more data being accessible online.
But there is room for growth. Smith says now is the time to increase user awareness training.
As a corporation, we're doing it, but I think at the same time that needs to be incorporated into our curriculums in the schools. Students need to understand now what the risks are with cybersecurity. They're growing up in an age where a computer is their tool. I didn't grow up in that era. So the risk and exposures that they have are different, and they need to understand and appreciate what are the safe practices that they need to hold on to in order to ensure that they're protected.
Gender-based violence remains a pressing topic in communities around the country and the world at large. For victims, there are many phases to undertake as they seek to free themselves from the concerning situations, from making official complaints against their abusers to seeking legal counsel. A reputable law school hosting a seminar recently to share resources with those that may be in need. Our Danielle Miller reports.
According to a gender-based violence study released earlier this year by the Inter-American Development Bank, 1 in 4 Bahamian women has suffered physical or sexual violence. Being unable to rely on family members and receiving financial support from a man are just 2 of the several factors listed as reasons why women continue to suffer at the hands of their abusers. It is alarming studies like this that prompted Eugene DePuch Law School to host a seminar focused on the topic. Director Nicole Sutherland King tells us the seminar served as a refresher course for the legal counsel while also acting as an informational session for community leaders.
One of the things that we want to encourage them to do is to be aware of what are the resources that are there. Starting point is to ensure that the persons that they reach out to, because from time to time they do come to attorneys, and attorneys are the persons who are hearing about it. Community advocates are hearing about it. We want to make sure that the community advocates know what are the resources. One of the reasons that domestic violence survivors tend not to go through with proceedings in court is because often they feel that if they do, they are not going to have any place to stay. They are financially dependent on the perpetrator.
Considering countless survivors are cut off from their financial provider once a complaint is made, I asked Sutherland King about any fees associated with legal counsel. She advises on various ways victims can seek debt-free assistance.
So persons who are victims can reach out to the Bahamas Crisis Center. The Crisis Center has legal support in Miss Christie and her team. They can also reach out to us here at the Eugene Butte Law School at our legal aid clinic. We have attorneys in clinic, and we also have a network of persons who support us. So many of the persons who are here today are willing and are able to assist once they reach out to us.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
Thanks so much for that, Danielle. Well, when our news weekend comes back from the break, the Ranfurly Home for Children needs your help. Hear how you can help them reach their goal of raising some $80,000. Plus, Cuba Libre helping to ease the financial burden of Jonquel groups just ahead of the upcoming parade season. That's coming up when our news weekend returns.
With our KFC Bucket Meal with large size. Get the KFC Family Bucket featuring 8 pieces of juicy chicken, family fries, and 4 biscuits that feeds 4. A KFC Deluxe Bucket with 10 pieces of delicious chicken, 2 larger sides, and 4 biscuits that feeds 4 to 6. Or a KFC Party Bucket with 15 pieces of our chicken, 3 larger sides, and 6 biscuits that feeds 6. And we'll handle the dishes, plates, and utensils included, so you can lick your fingers in peace. KFC knows value, and it's finger licking good.
This holiday season, the Ministry of Energy and Transport is bringing light back to Bahamian homes. Through our partnership with Bahamas Power and Light, we're offering the Merry and Bright Holiday Reconnection Program, so you can pay as little as 10% of your outstanding balance and get reconnected. Just in time for the holidays. Pay a little, light up a lot. The Ministry of Energy and Transport is committed to making sure no family is left in the dark this season.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health.
Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
Welcome back to our news weekend. The Ranfurly Home for Children needs your help. The organization dedicated to housing and mentoring young children considered wards of the state is hosting an upcoming raffle to support the needs of the nonprofit home. Vice President and Chairman for the raffle, Latoya Polisek, says tickets are only $2 each and they're hoping to raise $80,000. Polisek tells us how those funds will be used.
These kids also feel that this is not a facility, but a home, a family. So we know that we provide for our family the bare basic essentials, correct? So we want to be able to provide a nice home for them, clothing, nice schools, nice education. We also want to make sure that they're safe. We want to make sure that we address the issues that they may have had coming into the home. So of course, like getting the right counselors. So it's very important.
On hand to purchase her ticket was spouse of the Prime Minister, Anne-Marie Davis. She's been vocal on a number of issues over the years, including domestic violence and homelessness. She tells us initiatives like this are one important way to help do your part in saving the nation's youth.
They are in this home to begin with because they've been mistreated or abandoned or something bad has been happening. And so we have homes like these to look after our children. We have to pay attention to what happens to our young children. Make sure they go to school, they get the right training. This is important because we have people who turn out very, very well from these homes.
Cuba Libre Bahamas launched their 4th annual Warm the Shacks Christmas campaign this Thursday. Director Gavin Christie says the company understands that Jonquel is an important part of our culture and a labor of love for everyone involved. This initiative involves the company partnering with A and B division groups to help them get through the busy Jonquel season.
So what we do is we donate to all of the A groups 1 pallet of Cuba Libre, which is 120 cases of Cuba Libre. That's a lot of Cuba Libre. And to each of the B groups, we give half a pallet of Cuba Libre. And we believe that this will help them, anything that we can do extra to help them to get through, to get to Bay Street.
World famous Valley Boys frontline director John Williams was thankful for Cuba Libre's support.
Once again, for the 4th year, Cuba Libre has warmed the shacks. It's very important that they did this, and we're very appreciative of it. The guys are always working hard in the shacks, long hours, we're thirsty, we're hungry, so it goes a long way, and it shows that corporate Bahamas loves Jonquel and loves the sacrifices that we make in order to put on a great show on Bay Street.
Still to come on Our News Weekend, a celebration fit for an MVP and WNBA champ. We hear from Jonquel Jones as she celebrated over in Grand Bahama. But first,
we get caught up on NBA hoops and UB gets ready to compete in a half marathon. Our Sports Weekend is up next.
The Whopper with cheese never tasted so good. 100% flame grilled beef, now juicier. With fresh ingredients as usual, and even fluffier buns. The Whopper with cheese. Bigger, better, tastier. Get a regular combo for only $9, only at Burger King Nassau.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best-kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Hey, you going with me to the store? No, that's straight. My boy got me. And then cool.
Good evening, I'm Tage Adderley. It's the weekend, so we're here with our sports. Bahamians got after it on the court in the NBA last night. We're going to see what went down.
Buddy Hield came off the bench to help his Golden State Warriors get a 123-118 win over the Memphis Grizzlies in NBA Cup play. He led the team with 18 points, and he had 4 rebounds and 2 assists. They're off to a scorching hot 10-2 record. Kai Jones had 4 points, 4 rebounds, and a block in only 11 minutes. His Clippers fell 125-104 to the Houston Rockets. And Eric Gordon had 2 points as his Philadelphia 76ers lost 98-86 to the Orlando Magic. And they're spiraling. They're now 2-10 on the season.
Now, Klay Thompson and the Dallas Mavericks are in action tonight against the Spurs. We're going to get into that tomorrow. Moving things a little closer to home, UB's runners are getting ready to participate in a half marathon. We're going to see what they're going to do.
A team of UB cross-country runners will participate in the City of Hope Bahamas half marathon, 5K and 10K races tomorrow morning. Lavian Joseph, Kennel Jean, and Jackson Ozias will represent the Mingos in the relay portion of the event. Joseph, the team captain, says he's ready to go.
I feel great for the most part. We have a stronger team than the last time we would have competed. Jackson's in good shape, Canal's in good shape, so I'm looking forward for a win. We've ran this course before, so that's extra experience for us, and we should be good.
Best of luck to them. Before we go, Prince Straughn and the Boise State Broncos are playing right now. Check that out if you can. That's a wrap for sports this evening. For our Sports Weekend, I'm Tage Adderley.
Thanks so much, Tage. Well, a motorcade through the streets of Grand Bahama, bringing a close to Jonquel Jones's WNBA championship celebrations in the nation's second city. The motorcade left the Grand Bahama Sports Complex and made its way to 8 Mile Rock, with a stop in Holmes Rock, where the 2024 WNBA MVP was born and raised. At the entrance to 8 Mile Rock, JJ unveiled a sign of herself, flanked by Grand Bahama Minister Ginger Moxie and Youth, Sports and Culture Minister Mario Boleg. She did the same at Holmes Rock, where another billboard had been erected.
It all began from humble beginnings. Literally right through that corner was where I live. I grew up on that street until I moved over to the U.S. And so I'm just really thankful to be here, obviously, and to be back here celebrating with everybody. So, let's just have a good time, continue to celebrate, and thank you to everybody that's allowed, this moment to be possible. Obviously, my mommy and my daddy got a shout out earlier, but all thanks to them and everything that they sacrificed to allow me to be here. So I appreciate y'all so much. I love y'all so much, and thank y'all for pouring into me. But let's just celebrate. Let's have a good time, and thank you to everybody that made this possible. Thank y'all for coming out.
Minister Boleg rode along with JJ, her family, teammates, and members of the New York Liberty management team. The minister described it all as a great moment in Bahamian sports history.
Well, we want to congratulate her on an achievement that not much people in the world has the opportunity to achieve. And being from a small island nation where we have just less than 400,000 population, once again, we began to see that we are able to produce some of the best athletes in the world. And for Jonquel to win the WNBA finals, but not just win it, but be named the MVP. I'm happy to be here as a minister to support her and her teammates and the entire Liberty. And it's a huge thing for the Bahamas. And so this is why we're here to celebrate her and show our love and appreciation.
To come, a distinctive Bahamian pop culture gallery opening its doors on Grand Bahama. We'll tell you all about their unique offerings on the other side of this break. Stick with us.
If you want a real nice, tasty Bahamian dish, there's a place on the fish fry you can't resist. You can watch the sunset out on the beautiful deck. Eat a juicy conch salad made by the conch technician. When they ask me where I learn by the conch. When they ask me where I learn by Goldie. When they ask me where I learn by the conch. When they ask me Goldies, Arawaki's king of town. We turn by Goldies, Arawaki's king of town. We turn by Goldies, Arawaki's king of town. We turn by Goldies.
Goldies Punk House, Arawaki, 325-4300. That's Goldies Punk House, Arawaki, 325-4300.
Welcome to Doctors Hospital West, your trusted healthcare partner. Our warm and friendly staff ensure a positive start to your visit. Kindly complete this form. Relax in our comfortable waiting area where we prioritize timely care. Our compassionate medical team addresses a range of urgent healthcare needs. We provide on-site lab and imaging services for quick and accurate diagnosis. Your health is our priority, and we're here every day to serve you. To learn more, visit our website or give us a call. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now in the West.
Welcome back. Beautiful weather outside our studios earlier today. As to what you can expect for the remainder of the weekend, well, meteorologist Ian McKenzie has a check on temperatures across the country. Ian?
Thanks, Megan, and good evening to your Saturday forecast, everyone. Currently outside our studios, we're under intermittent clouds with a comfortable temperature of 75, as well as feels like winds are from the east-northeast at 10 miles per hour. Temperatures across the country. In Freeport, we have 74 as well as in Marsh Harbor. 75s in Great Harbor Key and in the capital. A pair of 76s in Nicholstown and Governors Harbor. 77 in Allenstown, Bimini. In the central Bahamas, continuing those 76s in Kemps Bay as well as Arthurstown. A pair of 77s in Georgetown and Deadman's Key. And 75 in Coburn Towns in Salvador. Southeast Bahamas, we have 78 in Duncan Town. 77s in Delectable Bay and Abrahams Bay, Mayaguana, 76 in Colonel Hill, 80 in Matthew Town, and 79 in Providenciales, Turks and Caicos. Looking at our satellite imagery at this time, we have this stretch of cloudiness associated with a cold front that passed through our area. Last night is now entering the southeast Bahamas. Right attached to it, we have Tropical Storm Sarah. Sarah is pretty much in a weakened state, but it is dousing areas of Honduras, Belize, Guatemala, and eventually will stall out across Mexico through Monday. Taking a look at a boating forecast where it doesn't look good for you Atlantic boaters. We're asking you guys to remain near or onshore on the Atlantic coast, out of the waters for you swimmers on that coast as well due to rip currents. Winds will be northeast to east at 10 to 15 knots. Seas will be running 2 to 4 feet near shore, but up to 8 to 12 feet offshore in those north to northeasterly swells. High tide at 7:54 p.m. tonight, low tide at 1:59 a.m. tomorrow morning. And in your extended forecast, you can expect pretty much comfortable conditions through about midweek. That high pressure system that's been dominating the weather will slide to the east courtesy of another cold front, which is pretty potent. And yes, everyone's been asking me, yes, the temperatures are gonna dip next weekend. We're looking at highs getting up into the upper 70s, those lows in the mid to low 60s. That's a wrap in the evening forecast. Make it a great, safe, fun night, everyone.
Thanks, Ian. While the creative arts scene appears to be thriving on the island of Grand Bahama, this has Island Diva Creative Designs, a distinctive Bahamian pop culture gallery located in the Port Lucaya Marketplace, is now bringing a unique artistic experience to the community. The gallery's owner and artist, Chanel Taylor, is not only showcasing her vibrant canvases, but also inviting residents and tourists to get involved. Whether you're looking to enhance your creative skills or simply immerse yourself in the world of Bahamian art.
Using local resources, sand, seashells, straw, Bahamian fabric, and you can come in and create your own canvas as well.
Ambassador Jamal Rule visited Island Diva Creative Designs, where he praised Taylor for her remarkable work and contribution to Bahamian culture. Ambassador Rule also encouraged residents and tourists to experience the unique gallery.
I'm amazed at her ability to meticulously render details using just sponge. Like if you look at this piece, she didn't use a paintbrush. She just used sponge. And a lot of her works feature stuff like crepe paper, shells, and the traditional Bahamian things that are non-traditional to use with art. And that's a perfect marriage, and it's brilliant. She need to teach me how to do that.
And before we head out, we want to remind you that Our News and Easy Car Sales wants to put you in a new ride for the new year. An all-electric BYD 2024 SUV could be yours this Boxing Day. Be sure to head on over to ournews.bs to enter. There you'll find the Ride Easy with Our News banner. Answer the latest question correctly and you're automatically entered to win a new electric vehicle, courtesy of Our News and Easy Car Sales. Well, thank you so much for joining us for Our News Weekend. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Megan Shepherd. Have a safe and wonderful evening. Hey guys, Megan Shepherd here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Just click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so you stay up to date with content like this from the team you already trust.